Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, YouTube. This is about back to school, and it's been a while, and I've missed the sight of this particular bus, which is in Bahasa Melayu Bus Sekolah. So I should have early in the morning to look into the progress of going back to school today. And as I went out of the residential area, I bumped into an old, nice, sweet sight of the bus color, the school bus, the popular yellow bus in Malaysia and here in also in Johor Bahru. And it's been a while since I see them on the road, so I decided to follow. And I believe this school bus is heading to the Sekolah Menengah Kebangsaan Sri Perling, where my three kids were studying previously. So let's check them out. And apparently the bus is turning there and going back to school in the midst of this pandemic is, I believe, a challenge for everyone, especially teachers and parents who have got to accommodate for all the inadequacies and restrictions imposed to curb this pandemic. And here we are in Sekolah Menengah Sri Perling, and let's take a look how early these teachers are there. And this teacher is on duty to ensure conformance or compliance to the SOP, which is regulated by the government to ensure social distancing of all the students that enter the school and to ensure their behavior is in line with the SOP. And teachers are there early, and you can see now parents sending their children in cars. And it used to be jammed, but I think since this session is only involving Form 5 students, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe this is a traffic bringing all those kids, Form 5, for the major examination. They got to sit this year, 2021, which is supposed to be last year. So I'm heading out now on the road to a few other schools where my children were as well, and it is located in Taman Tasik, and we are now approaching Taman Tasik, and I'm slowing down my vehicle, my bike, and let's take a look. These are all, I believe, parents sending their children to school, and immediately after that I believe they'll rush off to their respective offices. So this is turning into Taman Tasik, and we are going to turn right in this at this junction. And first we will meet the Jabatan Pendidikan Negeri Johor, which is on the right. Now we are turning in, and in front is nearby Kampung Muamalat on the left. So we go straight ahead, and that building, as you can see on the top right of the screen, is Jabatan Pendidikan Johor. It's what they call Department of Education in Johor. And we'll be joining these parents, and some of them are officials of this department. They come in early, and also parents bringing their children along with them, sending them to school. For some, it's quite a long journey, and I can't imagine the preparation made by parents because I have a son who's running a store and in repairing laptop, purchasing second-hand laptop, refurbish and resell them into the market, recycling sort of, and apparently most of these many parents come to check on the second-hand laptop, which they can fetch like i5 around 1,000 to 800 to 1,000, and they can't afford it. So children are learning online, they need laptop. Parents has got to come up with all this. Those who can't afford a brand new laptop has got to resort to second-hand refurbished laptops for online learning. At least today we can find these students of Form 5, they are able to go back to school for face-to-face education. But for the rest of the children, they've got to stay home learning online, which is rather tough, and some of the parents can't afford expensive laptop, being in such a pandemic where their income has gone down. They've got to pay bills and they've got to sustain other requisites of livelihood, and of course budgets run low for many. So according to my son, some of these second-hand laptops, they don't really last that long, especially when the motherboard has been tampered to replace, certain what they call instruments, or certain IC chips, whatever they do it. I do not know what they call it. Some of this instrumentation, they don't really last when the motherboard has been tampered with. That's according to him. And I myself purchased a second-hand i7 laptop, a business model, and yeah, it lasts for about over a year, and there's some problem, and I got to rework with it. Now we are going to another. Just now was Sekolah Menengah Teknik, and this is Sekolah Vocational Perdagangan Vocational School, vocational college in Perdagangan, in what they call a business vocational school. And these students, as you can see, they just came in. They're walking in. The parents send them outside. Some are allowed to send their children inside, in the school, in the college compound, and they've got to leave immediately after that. And I wonder, this year, for these students of ours, for these children of ours, they have to endure such difficulty in education. Not like our time, those who are not affected by pandemic. Well, I took my MCE in 1978, 79, so I don't have all this problem of pandemic restrictions, all this social distancing. So my hearts are with these future leaders of this country. These are going to be people who lead the country in various disciplines. They could be technical, they could be in businesses, they could be in any discipline that would promote, that would help sustain the economics and the legendary of businesses of this country. So they have to endure an entirely different situation. Learning in such situation, especially online education, I don't find it that interesting at all. I am a trainer myself. I do online in-house training for professional environmental or applied environmental sciences and management. I find it tough as a trainer. I can't imagine students or participants in the training, they have to endure lectures, and I don't have the luxury of the whiteboard to explain details, and that is a handicap. So if you are a trainer, I think you understand what I mean. So here we are from vocational college to other schools. We are approaching Sekolah Menengah Tasik Utara, if I'm not mistaken, on the left. And on the right is the Sekolah Menengah Teknik Johor Bahru. These are all prime schools, prime colleges, and we are joining parents who are sending their children to school. So we are in the traffic, and can you imagine the amount of traffic when all the classes, all the standards from 1, 2, 3 until 4 is present. It is congested, although most of them are taking school buses, as we saw the yellow bus to colleges and school. Still the traffic is hectic. So let's head on to this is Tun Fatima entrance, another prime school, legendary school in Johor Bahru, and we are passing them. So I am here in Bandar Baru Uda now, exiting Maybank, and you could see the traffic is quite robust. It's not as packed as usual. There's no traffic flow, as you could see before COVID pandemic, but the traffic is quite dense, and we are here in the traffic. I'm heading back. So from Bandar Baru Uda, I get into the Sultan Ismail highway. I've got to turn, and this is the Danga, what they call city, I could say. Service condominiums, service apartments is on reclamation land, and we are on Leboraya Sultan Ismail, and well, on the way home I do a bit of fast but safe lap anyway, and just to warm up my tire. So here we are at Medini, and this is Ledong you could see there, and we are heading back. And I wish all these children happy schooling, all the best in your SPM Form 5 examination. And I wish to God that you acquire success, bring proud to your parents and the school. And I hope this country is able to research from this pandemic and do much better in years to come. And this is the school bus. This is the iconic school bus to end this video. All the best to you. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.